I don't know why I always insist on picking a TBR when I know that I've literally never finished one in my entire life, and also I'm a mood reader. So by nature, the TBR thing doesn't really work for me, but we're going to be picking our TBR anyways. Hi guys, my name is Julie. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's video because I love picking TBRs even though I never stick to them. Last month I picked my TBR using prompts from my TBR cauldron and it was really fun and I had a lot of fun choosing that TBR because usually I just pick it by hand. So we are going to do that again today. If you don't know how this works, it's basically just prompts that are in here correlating to like books that I can choose to pick from. I'm just gonna randomly shake it up and pick some out, and then we're gonna pick books that I have on my physical TBR and or Kindle Unlimited because I do have a lot of KU books that I want to read. But we're just gonna get straight to it, and I pulled my TBR cart over here so we could see those better, and most of my physical TBR is like within these shelves because I didn't really organize it by unread and read. So we're just gonna get straight into it and pick our first prompt. Oh, I got two. Oh. A book set in a different continent. Okay, so I live in North America, so we're just gonna have to pick a book set anywhere else. And when I wrote this prompt, I had in mind that it would be like set on Earth, like not in like a fictional world. So we're gonna look at like books set in our own world. Okay, so I have 3 books here. I also have the A Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, but that's in like 3 different Londons and it's mostly fictionalized. So we are going to pick between these 3. We have Dracula by Bram Stoker, which takes place in the Carpathian Mountains and in London. Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney, I think it takes place in Ireland. And then Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I think this takes place in like a London study abroad semester, but it's an American student. So we're not going to pick Dracula because I did try and read this in October and I soft DNF'd it. I'm just really not in the mood for it and I want to be in the mood for it when I'm reading this because I think it could be really good. And both of these sound really good, but I did just post a 10 before the end video saying what books I want to read before the end of the year, and Conversations with Friends was in that, so I think I'm going to go with this one. It takes place in Dublin, so I am very excited. So if you don't know what this is about, it's basically a story about 2 best friends. They end up meeting a older couple and quickly become like kind of obsessed with them, and it's a story about like friendship and also like affairs, and just it's messy from what I've heard. And I love Sally Rooney. I mean, I've only read 1 book by her, but I've read it twice and that is like one of my favorite books of all time, Normal People. So I'm very excited to get into this. We're gonna add it to the TBR. A free pick. Okay, this is perfect. I think I'm gonna use a free pick on, I think I'm gonna pick this book because I really want to read it this month and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit it into anything else because I don't really remember the prompts and I don't want to not have this on my TBR. That is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Moore. This is a like sci-fi kind of horror novel and it has lesbian necromancers and it takes place in space. So literally that is all I know about it. I don't want to know anything more going in, so I'm not gonna like read the description out. It's also very vague, but you can pause to read it if you want. Anyways, I've just heard nothing but good things. I have the 1st and 3rd book and I know it's also on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm very, very excited to get to this series. I think we're gonna pick 4 more. Oh, upside down. A thriller or mystery. Okay, so I don't have any of those. I literally just unhauled the 1 mystery that I had. So technically none of my books are kind of like a thriller or mystery, so I think we're gonna look on my Kindle. I think I have some downloaded. Is Boy Parts a thriller or is it... What genre is Boy Parts? Literary? This was mystery thriller. Can I just cheat a little bit and put this on? Because I don't have any other thrillers that I'm like aching to read at the moment. And I really, really want to read this. So I think we're going to cheat a little bit. And we're going to go with Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. This is like a literary satire kind of comedy book about a girl. And I think she just eats men or something like that. I literally don't know. I just heard it's like the American Psycho book, but like from a women's perspective. I don't know what it's about, to be honest, and I don't want to know. I just want to go into it blind. I've heard great things about it and I just really want to read it. So we're going to add this to the TBR, even if it was cheating a little bit. An author that you've never read. So I actually have a couple of those, so we're going to go through them right now. I think I'm just going to grab the ones that I want to read the most. Okay, so I do have like a lot of this genre, honestly. Like, I feel like my books are pretty split even, but we're just gonna go through some of the ones that I want to read more soon. A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth, Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, If We Are Villains by ML Rio, Fireborn by Rosaria Munda, and The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. I honestly don't know. I feel like this is a bit difficult because I want to read all of these. Maybe I should take off some of the longer ones because I am coming out of a reading slump, so I kind of just want to like get through like more fast-paced, shorter books. I don't know. Wow, I'm too indecisive for this. I think we're gonna go with The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen because this is in my list of 10 before the end, like 10 books I want to read before the end of the year. And I've just heard really great things about this. It's like a fantasy romance between a princess and a king, and they have to get like an arranged marriage, and she's trying to save her kingdom, but then it ends up being like a question of like whose kingdom should I really save. So that's 4. I think we're gonna pick 2 more. Oh, upside down. A book over 400 pages after I literally just said I want to read shorter books. Okay, let's look at this list again. So I think we can put A Dark and Hollow Star out because this is just a really long series. Like, I think it's like 4 or 5 books, and I don't know if I can commit to that right now, so we're gonna put it right there. I really don't think these are like 400 pages. Oh, this is over 400 pages. Okay, 400 pages. This is definitely not 400 pages. And this is also 300 something. So, Long Live Evil or Fireborn. Oh no, this is like really hard. I just read The Pride of the Orange Tree and I love the dragons in that, so I'm very excited to read this. But this is also such an interesting like concept because it's like a girl getting sent into her favorite fantasy world, but she's the villain, which is interesting because I feel like anytime that trope happens where it's like, oh, I'm getting sent into this world I love, they're like the heroes. So, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna go with Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan because this is book 1 in a series and the rest of the book isn't, or the rest of the series isn't out yet. So it's only 1 book, not like multiple, because I know this is the trilogy. So I think we're gonna go with Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. Alright, so we're gonna pick 1 more prompt. Movie or show adaptation. That is really funny. Why are they doing this to me? Okay, so Ready Player One is a movie, I think. Do I have anything else? Should it be ones that are already out or ones that are being made as well? Because I know Red Queen said there was going to be a show coming out. Light Lark is going to be a show. The Darkest Minds, book 2. It's not a movie, but the first book is an adaptation. And I do want to read this, if I can get it out. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here because I literally cannot get that out. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I think I know what we're gonna pick. So this is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is a movie. The Darkest Mind, the first book was made into a movie, which I have read the first book, and the rest were not adapted, unfortunately, which please adapt them. That movie was so good. But then we have A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms by George R. R. Martin. I think we may have to pick this. This is also my 10 before the end book pick, I think. And this literally just finished filming and it's being released in 2025 on HBO Max. And I love Game of Thrones. It is literally my favorite show of all time, tied with The Walking Dead as always. And I feel like we're gonna have to go with this. It takes place a century before the Game of Thrones book, and I do want to read those books. I've read Fire and Blood, but I want to read this and then I'll read the Song of Ice and Fire series. So I think we're gonna have to go with this one. Okay, I kind of want to pick 1 more though. Okay, we're gonna pick 1 more and that's it. Oh, this one's built weird. I don't know why it's on its side. Okay, you can't see. Why is it a recent purchase? Okay, I am on a book buying ban, so like honestly, not many recent purchases. This is like the most recent one I think that I bought. Yeah, is this cheating? Because it is the 3rd book, but it is the most recent book that I purchased that is not already on my TBR, because the most recent books I purchased were The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood and Gideon the Ninth. And this is book 3. This is the book that I purchased before I bought those 2 books. So I think we're going to go with Nona the Ninth. This is book 3 in the Locked Tomb series, which is Gideon the Ninth is the first one. So I guess now we have both of these on the TBR for the month, and the second one is on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll probably just be reading that there because like I said, I am on a book buying ban now. Alright, so let's run through the books that we picked for my TBR this month. So for a book set in a different continent, we picked Conversations with Friends. For free pick, we picked Gideon the Ninth. For recent purchase, we picked Nona the Ninth. For an author you've never read, we picked The Bridge Kingdom. For a book over 400 pages, we picked Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. For a movie show adaptation, we picked A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms by George R. R. Martin. And then our final book on the actual TBR for this month is a thriller or mystery that we kind of cheated on, and we picked Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. So here are the 7 books that we chose to read this month. I'm super excited. I want to get to all of these, so I feel like this is very doable. Like I said that last month, but we're gonna actually try this time. Thank you to my trusty TBR jar for helping me pick with these prompts. I am very excited to get to all of these. If you guys want to see these in reading vlogs, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. If you've read any of these, please let me know down below because I'd love to know your thoughts. Hopefully they would motivate me. Hopefully they're not really bad. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.